Hola, Carlos.
Hello, hola. How you doing, everybody? Good evening. Welcome,
Good
everyone.
evening. Good evening. It's so good to be here again.
Oh
Wow,
yes,
having you all again here with us on
yes,
this Wednesday.
yes. Thank you for coming. Yes, getting ready
And
for
we
Easter, right?
oh gosh, yes,
This
yes. And I
weekend.
imagine, yes, yes. And it's a spring break too. So there's a lot
Yes,
of people probably on
traveling too.
vacation right now, traveling. Yes, I know that my son is very happy to know that he doesn't have to do any school.
Wow.
Oh, we
Wow.
have here Elena, and
Elena
we
is
start
alive.
getting, yeah, people from all over. And we're going to wait a little bit for people to
Yeah,
connect because, of course, we know, and especially being vacation, maybe people are
yeah,
just doing their own thing, busy
yeah.
here, there. So we give a little bit to
Time.
everybody to connect. Oh, we have now Connie, Luan from Tucson. Oh, yeah, if everybody can tell us where they are located. As always, I am here in Mississippi,
And
and
I'm in
you.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, yes, yes. So let me see who we have here. We have people connecting in Instagram and YouTube and Facebook
Yeah,
and
Luan from
Cynthia.
Tucson.
Welcome. Oh gosh, it's so good to have everybody here.
Elena, she's from New Hampshire. Yeah,
California, New Hampshire,
Canada, British Columbia.
Canada. That's so good,
Yeah,
so good. And especially today that we have such an amazing, incredible subject. And it's so
yeah,
good to have everybody here. Oklahoma. Oh, Hawaii.
yeah. Connie from California too. Yeah,
And Ayana from Mexico.
yeah, from Monterrey.
We're having everybody here. And then, yes, always important to announce that we're going to start, we're planning to start doing our live stream a little bit earlier
Yeah, for Europe.
because we have had so many requests from Europe asking to please connect earlier because it's very late for them. Right now in Europe it's about midnight, I think,
Yeah,
and then it's hard for them to be connected at midnight, of course. So then we are thinking, planning, and probably we're going to start 2 hours earlier, Carlos. Is that
yes.
what we're planning?
Yeah,
Yes. And another announce is that I'm close to leave for my speaking tour around Europe.
yeah. There you go.
So, yes, and it's going to be sad, but for the time I'm gone, it's going to be very hard to do the live stream. So, we'll have to stop. So, I think I have two more before I leave. I
Yeah,
can be together here two more times. And then after that, I will have to wait until I am back in May because, yeah, I
gonna
will
take a
be.
little break and then come back with
Yes.
more batteries, ready to go.
Yes, I'm going to be pretty busy. And for the ones that are in Spain, in Europe, that have the possibility
To
to
see you
to be
live.
where, yes, yes, I'm going to be visiting now, Carlos. I'm going to be in 4 countries,
Hmm.
about presenting in 10 cities and 13 different venues.
Wow,
So I'm going
I'll be
to
excited.
to spiritual retreats. So this is
Hmm.
going to be very, very, very good. We have Sefina from Canada.
And
We
Cecilia,
have, yeah, and
Mexico.
yeah, she was, of course, part of our show last time. Oh, no,
Yeah,
it was 2 Wednesdays before.
ago. Yeah,
And I want to also let you know that if you have any questions as we are sharing, we're very glad to answer your questions at the end. But throughout the talk, you can just put your
type
questions
your
or your
questions that
stories. Yeah. And at the end, of course, we will,
we want answer at the end.
yeah, we will be very, very pleased to answer those questions. So I think that,
Look, love from Vancouver, Canada. Yeah,
oh, this is so
Safina
incredible.
Winfield, Elena.
having
bring
everywhere.
the light.
And if
Really.
you guys see me looking somewhere else, don't think that I'm distracted. I'm just have to also, I'm looking at the Instagram because we have someone from Rio, Brazil. We have somebody from Vancouver.
Yeah.
We have somebody from Jacksonville.
Mm.
So, wow.
From all
So
over.
good to be here all together. Wow. So, our subject today is, I think, is of
Oh,
course something that is very beautiful because we're talking about connection,
okay. Connection with
but at
our
the same,
pets.
yeah, but at the same at the same time, of course, very sad
Yeah.
because
It's
we
part of
will
our
be
family.
talking. Yes, 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 yes. How animals just, wow, just this, they turn into another member of our family. Is just so much love. Singapore. Wow, thank you for
Wow.
being here from
Yes.
Singapore. Then,
Wow. And Cecilia, I have a story like yours. It happened the same to my dogs. They disappeared too. So I'm gonna tell you a story how that happened. And after that, I didn't want to have dogs again because it was so hurting. Like it was because your dogs is part of your family. I mean, you take it on vacation, Christmas, birthdays. I mean, take it with your family every day to the park. So it's really hard to disattach from your pets. Yeah, that's how it is.
yeah. And we actually even put like, we do it. I don't know about you, Carlos, but for
Yeah.
Christmas,
Uh
We put presents in the tree
huh.
for
Oh
our
yeah, yeah, yeah,
dog.
definitely.
Yeah, and it's just completely part of the family. They have their birthdays and all kind of things. So they really become very, very, very close to
Oh yeah.
them. I have to say, my dog, I'm closer than my family. Yeah, it's
You
true
put
too,
any?
Cecina. That happens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess it's because they are so, of course, unconditional love, their
Yeah.
pure presence. And with them, there was this video on YouTube that was so beautiful, or I don't know, with YouTube or Instagram, when there's this lady talking and pouring her feelings out, and just you think that he's talking to the best friend, or he's talking to the husband, or he's talking to a child, because he's saying, thanks to you I am this, and my love for you, and you listen to me, and you're the best friend I have in my life. And it's just,
Hmm.
she's talking, and when the camera moves, is the dog is there like,
Just watching.
yes, mom. And then he's like, pretty much, he's just telling the dog how much her heart, or how much this connection with the dog has meant to her. So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
just really, really beautiful.
Look, Elena online. She have the same question about Cecilia. Cecilia, the dogs.
Yeah, yeah. So we will answer all these questions at the end. But yeah, I think that knowing that our pets mean so much to us, of course, the amount of
Hmm.
grief
Yeah.
that we experience when our pets leave our side
Yes.
is enormous. Is enormous. It's not easy. It's like losing a child. It's like
Yes.
losing a, like we were just saying, a member of the family. And you know what is the problem, Carlos? That
Hmm.
it happens a lot with pets, and with, not everybody has the same level of connection that
Yeah. The
some of us
animals.
have
Yeah.
with our pets. So when a pet dies, is the sense of like, oh, get over it. Oh, come
Hmm.
on, you're making so much fuss because of a dog, or because of a cat, or whatever. So in some cases, that, oh, that grief is ignored, or is not really taken serious by other people. And what that does is create even more intense feeling of, even the sense that you don't belong, or that you're a weirdo, that you should not be feeling this way. And when we don't work with that grief, it turns into depression, it turns into deep sadness, it
Yeah.
just aggravates, it gets even worse. So
It's a family
I,
member. You're gonna remember it like that, and all the special
yes.
moments that you pass with your dog in
And we,
every holiday. You know.
Yeah, and we have to treat ourselves in the same way as when we
Mhm.
lose some anybody that we love, any loved one,
Mhm.
with the same level of a self love and self compassion and the same level of care that if we will lose any other loved one. So that's just very, very important to start from there, that we have to acknowledge the pain that others are experiencing and our own pain when we lose some, like any being that we love so much.
I heard a
Yeah, yeah.
story last week about a doctor, a veterinarian, that was talking with a client and with a pet. They took it there, and he was asking, like, he don't know why the dogs they last so little. 14 years to 17 years, the maximum 20 years. And then a kid was there at the office, and he said, "I know why the dogs live so little." And he said, "Why? Because the love of the dogs and the cats and our pets, they just came to give us love. They came to this world to give us what we don't have. And sometimes they know when they're gonna come to our life. Sometimes you're walking on the street and you see the little dog, getting wet because it's raining, and you grab the dog, and you think you're gonna rescue the dog. No, the dog is gonna rescue you. The same with the cats.
Yes,
How many people have it
yes.
like, oh, I just found this dog on the street. I didn't want to leave it right there. I found this cat, or I found this bird. But that's to bring you love to yourself. It's a cycle of love. You to the dog and the dog to you, right?
That's absolutely beautiful. Yes, yes, Carlos. And that's funny because we always say, oh, yeah, I picked this dog. I think we pick each other.
Yeah.
We pick each other. Like, why would you go to like an animal
Pet
shelter
store.
and
Yeah.
from 1,000 dogs, 100 dogs, or a cats, you will pick that one? It's because of that connection. The moment that you look in the eyes
Yeah.
and is the one for you. That's why, as it is here on earth, is in a spirit. What happened is that we are with our pets too. We have a spiritual family. We
Yeah.
have that level of connection. And someone wrote, I think it was Anna, and I know we will answer the questions more deeply at the end, but we continue experiencing things with our spiritual family, including our pets. And we will meet many times in our eternity of the soul. And then, yeah, when that animal appear, is like, oh, constant connection. And like you say, many of
Yeah.
them come to rescue us because we needed that connection, because we needed to know that love,
Yeah.
because we needed to know that presence. And then, yeah, they come, and actually they're the ones that bring light into our life. So that's
Yeah.
just what you just said was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie? It's Dog Purpose.
Yes.
That
Oh, that's just
was
that movie.
amazing, right?
That movie was incredible. And yes, and it just depict that, how many times we will re-encounter. And
Over
that
and over
is
and over again. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Different timelines. Yeah.
that reincarnation just happening right there. So our dogs choose us, or we choose them. Yeah, and with our two dogs, and all the animals we have here, we have like a bunch of cats, dogs, but the three dogs that are being the one that passed already, and other two, is like, in the three cases it was just that clear that these dogs came to our life. It was pretty much like love at the first sight. And it's like, because even when my 16-year-old dog
Hmm.
Miko passed, I just thought, I'm very tired. I'm not going to have dogs for a while. I'm done with dogs. And then I just we happened to organize a birthday party for my son that had to be canceled three times because of weather,
Wow.
because it was going to be
Raining.
um but we
Thunderstorm.
were going to do it outdoors
Uh
with the
huh.
slide, water slide.
Okay.
So there was going to be storms, and we changed the date three times. And right when
Was about to
the
start.
third time, yeah, the third time when we finally picked the day, this dog appears from like nowhere,
Mm.
and it was this just out there in the street, and he's like, she's the most adorable dog in the world. And we started to look, where is this dog coming from? And then, Carlos, we learned that somebody had abandoned her. They
Oh
moved
wow!
and they abandoned
They
her
left
in
the dog
the,
alone.
they left her behind in a house.
Oh
And
wow!
she was so hungry and so desperate that she dug a hole and she escaped. And then
Wow!
she
That's
came to us. Yeah. And
yeah.
then
I don't understand how people do that with dogs. I mean, it's so
I
hard, and they're
is
just so kind and full of love. How you gonna leave a dog like that just behind?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I feel the people too. They need to keep the grief for a little bit after your dog pass or your cat pass, because I see people as soon as the dog or the cat pass, they go to the store and get another one, and they don't respect the grief a little bit of time, between. Maybe you
yeah,
need some time before you get another little baby. I mean, dogs and cats. I mean, that's most usually what everybody have at home. It's like a little baby. You have to take care of all the time. You have to. If you are at work, you know that you have to come back a certain time to let it go out and do the necessities, and and put food, and you have the time for this. You have to give a lot of time for them.
yeah, yeah. So, but now the big question, and what this live stream is more about too, is like, what happened when our pets leave this world, and do we still, do they talk to us,
The
do they
connection.
connect with us? And the answer is yes, 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 yes. And I have had personal experiences that have been really incredible with,
So what happened to you? Tell us right here. It was an old
yeah.
dog, a little dog, a big dog. It was when you was a child. It was when right
No,
now. What
Carlos, it
happened?
was actually, yeah, it was actually a couple of years ago. I
Oh
had
wow, it's
a,
recently.
yeah, yeah, I had
Yeah.
our dog Miko that was actually 16 years old, and
Uh huh.
he was with us since he was just this little tiny bitty thing.
Hmm.
When he was baby, I could even put him in but the palm of my hand, and then now he grew a big doggy. And what happened is that, one, this is incredible, because the animals know when
Hmm.
they're going to die.
Yeah.
They start with him, there's certain signs, but one of the signs that I started to see with him was that, first, he barely could even move. He was
Hmm.
not even getting up from his bed, he was not moving much. And suddenly he was walking, and he and this is something that people mention that happen in humans too,
Yeah.
that you have
Yeah.
a moment of recovery, like a moment. And I was like,
2 days or 3 days before they die,
yeah, I'm
out of
like,
the blue, they just come like boom,
yeah. So I'm
they stand
like,
up again.
maybe
Yeah.
he's not really dying. And he started to look, something that piqued my attention. He started to go to the door. The door had a glass window, and he was looking and looking through the windows, like if he was waiting for something, for someone. And
Hmm.
in him looking, a friend came to visit. I told her, I think he's about to die. She came to be with me, and then we heard a noise in the window.
Hmm.
And then it was like a loud, like someone was knocking. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm not expecting anybody. And when I
Hmm.
went look, it was a bird. I thought it was a bird knocking the window.
Oh wow.
And the moment I looked closer, Carlos, it was not a bird, it was a dragonfly.
Oh
It
wow,
was
big one.
so big. Yes. And I was
Look like a bird.
really, I was, yes. And I'm like, at that moment, I felt that that was a sign. It
Of
was the
course.
sense like spirit was going to take Miko away.
I heard
And
the
then,
butter the those kind of insects are transformation. And it's dragonfly.
yeah, yeah,
Transformation to your life.
yes. And it was for me, is that message too. And also kind of like the sense of like a spirit was announcing
Mm.
that he was going to
It
depart.
was
And
gone.
then I was with my dog, and I was looking directly into his eyes, and he closed his eyes. I closed my eyes, and I went into meditation. And at that moment, I saw that my dog was running towards the horizon. And the what I experienced, Carlos, and I think many people or people can talk maybe experiences like this, but it was almost like is known as shared that experience I had with my dog. I think I always have had so much sensitivity.
So you communicate
Able
with the
to,
dog.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
to have experiences like this. So when the dog was passing, the sense that I had, the vision I had at the moment is that he was about to cross a bridge.
Oh, wow.
And
That's the Rainbow Bridge.
the Rainbow Bridge. People talk about this
Never
bridge, but
saw
I
that.
wasn't even thinking about that at the moment, or the rainbow. No, I immediately saw a bridge. And then I saw the dog running towards the bridge. And as the dog was running towards the bridge, he started to pass from old, decrepit, like he almost could not walk, to radiant, to health, to looking younger. And because he's feeling so healthy, he's running and he's about to cross and he stops. And then he looked back, looking at me. And I just, at that moment, I'm looking and I'm crying. But I said, you can leave. You're free to go.
Yeah.
You're free to go. And the moment I say you're free to go and I opened my eyes, he was actually looking at me and he passed.
Oh, wow.
This
That's
was
beautiful.
this was an incredible experience. But another thing that was amazing, Carlos, and is that the moment that Miko passed at the beginning, imagine I am attached to his body, I'm attached to the dog, I'm holding him, and I'm crying, like you cannot imagine. I'm like wailing, like and I'm crying. And the moment
Emotions,
yes, that I told him you can go, and he turned around and left. I'm looking at him and he passed. The room became full. It's like his energy was not in the body anymore. It's like the energy,
the whole room.
yes, was in the entire room, Carlos.
Wow.
And
So
I
it was
felt,
love.
yes, expanded.
Wow.
I felt him in the entire room. And that's the moment when I looked at the body and I was like, I can let go the body. It's this sense of like he's not in this body anymore. And his presence was everywhere. Oh gosh, it almost makes me cry. But his presence was everywhere, Carlos. And what comes is even more amazing. My son was in a school. This is other thing with animals, Carlos. Sometimes they don't die in front of someone they love.
Yeah,
They
don't want
know
to suffer.
yes, and thing that happened with humans. And he passed when my son wasn't there. And then when my son came from school, I told him, let's pray for me. Let's sit together and do a prayer. And I had this little altar and we were praying there. And the moment we were praying, the TV in the living room turned on.
Wow.
Full
message
volume. Yes, and I told my son, because he's crying, and I said, look, Miko's here.
Yeah.
Miko's here with us. He's of course left his body. I was explaining to him he was little. He left his body behind, but he's here with us. So that was something that was amazing. And Carlos, on top of that, my son was always fighting with the dog because he had all his little Legos and all his little soldiers.
He was taking the Lego away from your son?
Every time that, when he was alive, he will go and steal the toys or run and knock them all down. And he was always, Mom, look at me, he's knocking my toys.
My Legos.
This time, after Miko passed, he started to, we will feel like current of air, and the toys will be knocked out.
Wow.
We were feeling, and then he started to come and say, Mom, Miko's here, because he's knocking my toys all over the floor. So
you feel his presence there.
Yes,
Just want to
yes,
let you
yes,
know that
yes,
he's still loving you guys and he's still there present. Don't forget that.
yes.
You know
So
the bridge is on the
beautiful.
movie. I saw Coco. You saw the movie Coco?
Oh, that movie is
It's amazing,
absolutely
right?
wonderful. I really think people should watch it. And I have actually a picture here because
Uh huh.
this is so pretty. Look.
Oh, there you go. The rainbow bridge.
Yeah, this is like with the steps.
The
The way I saw it was more like more than the steps. It was like a bridge. Oh, like
okay.
this one. This is the way. No, like but like the rainbow bridge. This
Yeah.
is another amazing,
And
beautiful
Coco is
picture.
like that, something like that. But it's orange and full of
Yeah.
leaves, and they're walking and they're transforming their body too every time that they walk. I don't know if you saw the video I sent you earlier. I don't know if you guys can look on YouTube, but there was a lady that is living in a house. She bought a house. She was living with his husband. They have like two kids, and they have this little dog. It was a black and white dog, and the dog was growing up with all the kids in the house. And right when they become like teenagers, they have to sell the house. The owners have to sell the house to another couple, and they move away. And the dog died before they sold the house, and they grabbed the dog and they put it outside, and they did like how do you put it when you put the dog down?
Oh, like you bury it?
Yeah, he
Like you
buried
make
the
like
dog
a little.
on a tree, and they sold the house and they forgot about that, right? And then later, it was like months later, the owner of the house called this lady and said, "Excuse me, I just want to ask you a question. You used to have a dog black and white?" I said, like, "Yes, why?" I said, "Because I have family visiting, friends visiting, and everybody
Hmm.
is seeing the image of this dog is like a hologram. It's people see this dog everywhere running around the house as a hologram, and it's not just one person. So we just wondering if it was your dog." And she said, "Yes, my dog was black and white. Maybe he just trying to make sure that we're still around and trying to let us know he's fine, and that's where he's playing, right?" Beautiful story.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's absolutely beautiful. And the most amazing thing is, like you said, the people that move later,
Yeah.
because sometimes people may wonder, like the things that I'm like seeing are real. This connection is real. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. We are seeing things, and maybe our brain is making us see stuff. And look, this is the perfect example that
Yeah.
the people that moved later didn't even know the existence of this dog, and now they're seeing the dog. So I want to say, people, when you mention talk about that, Carlos, is that
Hmm.
don't think that you're crazy when you're seeing
Hmm.
things. Don't put too much head in the stuff. Like, how do you feel in your heart when you're receiving a sign? That's the important thing. Is like,
Yeah.
if it really feels like, trust that intuition, because the intuition is the connection with the soul. And
Definitely.
when yes, and when we have this sense, for example, there's many ways in which our pets can communicate with us. It could be through dreams,
Hmm.
it could be through synchronicities,
Yeah.
it could be through other animals. For example, suddenly you have a butterfly, or you have a whatever, a little bird
A
showing up
sign.
in your, yeah, and you remember, I remember my dog used to love,
Yeah.
I don't know, like with us with the TV. I think when the TV turned on is because the thing that our dog loved to do the most
Uh-huh.
was to watch TV with David, with
Really?
my son.
Used to sit down there
Yeah.
and just watch TV.
Yeah. So it's like things like that. So these kind of things are signals, and sometimes these signals can be just things that are very subtle that you might not really sometimes realize is a signal. Sometimes as it happened with humans, or with the deceased loved ones that have been humans, is
Hmm.
lights, that sensitivity with the lights. Or
Hmm.
sometimes it could be that you're sitting there thinking about your pet, and you see a shooting star. All
Yeah.
these things are little signals that are messaging us that our loved ones, our pets are with us, that we're
With us.
always connected. I have this beautiful picture here. See, this
Oh, there
person
you
is
go.
so
Look at that.
sad, and you have the doggy connected
to him,
through
and the
the,
dog is still there.
yes, yes, and the connection with the heart. So
I want to
it's,
tell everybody there is a video on YouTube too. Like we cannot put it right now, but it's about two dogs. It's a black dog and a white dog, and the white dog died, and the black dog was really sad. So he was just sad, just walking around. And then the security camera of this house, he was filming in the middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And the black dog was barking and jumping and running everywhere in the patio. And the owner's like, "What's going on with the dog?" The next day, they checked the security cameras and they found out that the white dog that passed, he was playing with the black dog. So you can see perfectly like the transparent white dog playing with the black dog, just to let him know I'm here. I'm still here. Look at me. That's a beautiful video on YouTube, man.
wow. Yeah, yeah. I think we shared it in our
Yes,
social media for you
yes,
guys to see it, because it was incredible. Someone, I could not, didn't have time to see the name, but I was reading the what it wrote there. Like sometimes the clouds, yeah, we can see these messages.
fine.
I was Luan. Thank you. Yeah, like seeing the, like, is writing that the image of herself in the clouds. So that's absolutely beautiful, and we're paying attention. We can see all these messages that are appearing there for us. I have to share one that my sister Fabi,
What happened?
she had this cat. The thing with this cat, the story at the beginning was pretty sad, because again is these stories where people, and my dog is, I think he knows I'm
I
talking about
know. I
dogs
hear it.
because he's here crying.
He's like, what?
but
Let me tell my story.
but she moved to this apartment, and the
Uh huh.
person that owned the apartment had a cat,
Okay.
and the person really didn't care about this cat, and have left the cat in the apartment for a
By
long
itself.
time, and she
Oh
would just
wow.
go and feed the cat, but the cat was very abandoned. And my sister, when found the cat was in so much need of love and attention,
Yeah.
and my sister just really became attached, and they became very, very close to each other. But
Wow.
she always felt the sadness that the cat had been like abandoned like
Abandoned there.
that. And the other thing is, because the cat had been through so much abandonment, when she moved, the cat would just kind of pee all over the carpets and everything. So
Oh
she
wow.
made a special space for the cat in the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
And but she, after that, she always felt the sense of, like, if she did wrong putting the
Mm-hmm.
cat outside, although she put like a house, and she kept the cat really, really well fed, everything. But so here is my sister with the cat.
Oh, there you go. Look.
And yeah,
Look at
and
his
then
face.
yeah, and when the cat died, my sister, of course, now that it was the sadness of the cat passing, but on top the sadness of feeling that she didn't know she didn't offer the cat. And then she, after the cat passed, I have another amazing picture here.
Oh wow. Look at that.
So his name was Matthias. When he passed, one night my sister is sleeping, and this is another thing, when you dream these kind of dreams with your pets or your loved ones, these dreams are very fast, very
Mm-hmm.
vivid,
Mm-hmm.
and the messages are very profound and very impactful. And
Powerful. Yeah.
what she saw, Carlos, was
Uh
a
huh.
tunnel, and the cat came from the tunnel.
Okay. Just to give a
And
message to her.
yeah, because the feeling of her was all the time feeling like, oh, I don't know if
Look
I
at your
didn't
dog. How
know.
he's crying there. Never heard it before doing like that.
No, no, no,
They
no.
know. They
If
know.
I could even show, I don't know. Maybe they're going to love.
Call
I don't
him.
know.
Let
Hey,
me see.
can you see
Come
him?
on. I don't see
He's
him.
here.
Oh, there you go. He's just watching. Look. He wanted you to tell him.
So, it was my sister in this dream. Suddenly, the cat came from a tunnel,
Uh huh.
and the message from the cat himself was like telling her that she did good,
Oh
that
wow.
she loved her, that that the cat loved her, adored her, and that she did
It's fine.
what she meant to do. And then, but this is not the only thing. She was with her boyfriend. They were
Uh huh.
sleeping, and when they woke up, or he woke up because she was awake. two things incredible happened, and this is very related
What
with
happened?
signals
Oh my
too.
god.
One thing, Carlos, the
Uh huh.
whole room smelled like flowers.
Oh, so we're
The
gonna smell like cat.
smell, the no, smell of perfume was so strong
Uh huh.
that even he turned and like, when did you go and put all the perfume on you? And she's like, no, it wasn't me. It
Oh
wasn't
wow.
me. And the other thing that happened is
Uh
that,
huh.
and I have just another picture
Picture.
here, beautiful,
Let's
because
see.
it has all the glitter.
Oh wow. Look at
When she woke up, and
that.
not just her, by the boyfriend saw the glitter.
Everywhere.
There was glitter everywhere.
Wow. Another
So
message for them to know that everything's fine. They are fine.
yes, but what I also love the most is the sense of the cat came with that message. So sometimes also we feel the sense that we didn't do enough. It's just, it was that relief of like, there's only love,
Yeah.
love, 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 and pure love, pure
Beautiful stories.
connection.
Beautiful stories.
Yeah. Oh, so this
Yeah.
is beautiful, Carlos. And I don't know, you do you have some story like this, Carlos, or you just don't?
I have two dogs before. I have a cocker spaniel. He was like champagne color, and I had a Shih Tzu that was my mom's dogs, and they were amazing. I mean, they were with us in the family room all the times watching TV, like you said. We used to go play in the parks, and we bring the dogs and the beach. I mean, the dogs love the beach, and they used to jump into the water and everything. Played all the times, and one day we had both dogs for over 10 years, and they were trained to get out of the house. You just open the door. They used to go out and go to the garden and stay there for hours, jumping, and maybe with the neighbor dog and blah blah blah. And then he used to come back and he started barking at the dog, so at the door. So you knew that you're supposed to open the door and let it in. And then serve some water and give some cookies or treat.
Mm,
And the other little dog started following him, doing the same. And after 10 years, one of the dogs in the morning, my sister went to school, and the cocker spaniel started following her uh, to down the bus, where the bus stop was. And
mhm.
then my sister saw and said goodbye to him. She thought the dog is going to go back home, but the dog disappeared. Nobody knew anything about it. Yep.
Oh,
And then we asked the neighbors, and we didn't have anything, no response for the dogs. Then the other dog stayed with us for 6 months, and we didn't want to let him go out. And he used to cry.
yeah.
He used to cry by the door because he thought maybe I can find the other dog, the cocker spaniel.
Mhm.
And then after 6 months, or like a year, we said, okay, it's a long time since the other dog left. We're gonna let you go out and do your stuff and jump around and come back. And he started doing that for several months. And one day he left and disappeared too. So we have those. Yep. Nobody knew about it. I mean, we went to the whole neighborhood looking for the dogs. They just both disappeared. We don't know what happened. And I know a lot of
Carlos.
stories of people that happen like that. The animals, I believe the animals are like angels. They come to your life to give you all this love, and maybe they're here for a little bit. They're here for a moment to stay with you. And look how your dog is
Yeah.
crying. And
He's never done that
he
before.
can feel it. He can feel it because
we're,
it's true. Your dog is like he said the truth right there.
and
Anyways,
we're talking
yeah,
about this subject today, and he's just been here. But
yeah,
and I think somebody, Anna, was writing that, and like you also mentioned that her dog also, I
yeah,
think,
disappear.
disappeared, and she's still
Yeah,
feeling the presence. But let me
yeah,
tell you, yeah, the presence of the animals is very strong. With
yeah.
And again, you can trust that intuition. With my dog Nico,
Hmm.
also with the stories with him, is after he passed, I kept sensing him. And one night, because he
Hmm.
always had like his little plates in the neck. Oh my God, he's pushing my chair. Then he's been something today.
I
No.
know.
So one night and in the middle of the night, I think it was 1, 2 in the morning, I
Hmm.
started to hear
Yes.
the kind of like the twinkle, the sound that his collar used to make. And that woke me up to the point that
Yeah,
I'm like,
definitely.
what is happening? And then I
Hmm.
said, is this Miko? Then I ask, give me a signal. But because sometimes, we don't know, like,
Yeah,
what we
definitely.
heard
What's
was
going on?
real or no. And I said,
Yeah.
I want a
Question
sign. I
yourself.
want a sign that this is that Miko
You.
was really
Yeah.
here. How can I have that sign? And I'm going to show you two pictures because this is going to be incredible. So this was
Mhm.
my dog Miko here.
Beautiful dog. Look at that. Black and white too.
Yes, he was so pretty.
He
And
looks happy there.
yes, that's when he was still young and all that.
Yeah.
And so look at this dog again. And then
Uh huh.
he makes the sounds. And then I asked for a signal. It was about 1 in the morning.
Uh huh.
And then my sister, the next morning, I told her, oh, last night I felt the presence of Miko. I wonder if he really was there. And she said, you're not going to believe. Look at the picture that she could not sleep. She was
Uh
awake
huh.
in the middle of the night. She
Okay.
was
But you
looking at
didn't know
her
why.
Facebook. She
Okay.
didn't know why. And he got a picture. And I just had the picture as it appeared on Facebook. Look at this dog.
I was sign behind. What is it?
Look at the
Say.
dog. Look just like
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Look.
So your sister saw that on Facebook?
And
Yeah.
she said at 1 in the morning this came, and the dog had this red cape because it says, I saved my brother by letting my mom know that she was not breathing, or he was not doing well, or something like he was choking.
Yeah.
So is at that moment it was that
Wow.
wow, happy.
Angel
Look at
dog.
it. Just I just look at the two pictures. I'm like, how
I know.
from the every other picture she could have received in the world. You imagine a Facebook 10,000 million pictures. At 1 in the morning when I'm listening to this, she received this
Just
picture.
came there. Wow. That's beautiful.
So it's when they show us again and again, like how look at, like they communicate to us with us through
Through dreams.
dreams, even like I was saying, their presence themselves, like you were telling the story, people can see them. And again, they is that sense that they are there with us when we're in
Yeah.
our pain, but we
Mhm.
also can send them light and keep just that connection with them.
Yeah.
So
I have a story of a friend of mine, and I was like speechless with what happened to her. She have a pit bull, a white pit bull. It
mhm.
was beautiful dog, and it was very protective. Really, I mean, amazing dog. And one day the dog started feeling bad, and he started like you can see that he was hurting. So they go to the doctor, and the doctor sent a treatment to the dog. And then the doctor said, "I'm sorry, he have cancer. I
Mm.
think it's time for the dog to put it to sleep because he's suffering and blah blah." And my friend, she said to me, like, Carlos, I didn't. She live in Florida. She said, "I don't wanna put to sleep the dog." And the doctor said, "Well, there is nothing else that I can do." And the dog looked at her, and his face was like, "Don't do this, please." And she said, "You know what, doctor? I'm gonna take my dog home. If he's gonna die, he's gonna die with me." And as soon as he said that, the doctor released the dog, and the dog started jumping all over the office,
Oh God,
happy,
no.
super happy. And guess what? The dog lived 3 more years after that. 3 more years after that.
That's
Yes,
wow.
yes,
That's
yes.
an incredible story.
Beautiful, beautiful dog, beautiful dog.
And
But
that,
the dog
yeah,
knew.
and and she knew too, because look at the
Yeah,
connection between the two of them. She could have made the decision of
yeah.
no. So we have Elena says, my cat let me know he would be very ill. I was holding him, and all of the sudden I heard in my mind, Mama, I will be very sick. I rushed out, but 3 days later I had to rush him to the bed. Yes, this communication, like you're saying, and like Elena saying, is very real.
Like
Again,
telepathic.
with my dog Miko, because I was 16 years with him, and
Hmm.
before he died, when he got old, he got very sick too. And there was
Hmm.
one day I came to the house, and I saw something that the dog was not himself. It was
What
not
happened? What do you
the
see?
he was really strange, Carlos, like really.
Like
And the
what?
moment I looked at his eyes, he was acting weird. But the moment I looked at his eyes, I received the message, like Elena saying, from my dog. I received the message that said that he had a brain hemorrhage.
Oh wow.
Like it could have been anything
So
else. No, I
you took
knew
him to the vet
exactly.
right there?
Yes, and I knew exactly what he had, and I took him to the vet, and yes, he had a brain hemorrhage. So it's like when we have that very, very profound connection, and we
Connection,
are
yeah.
very open, we're now able to hear. So we have
Communicate them.
Safina love my dog Molly more than anything. She gave me her name. Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes, that can
beautiful.
happen too. That can happen with our children and with our dogs, that we can actually receive the name of our pets. And they said because the names carry energy.
Oh, definitely,
So,
100%. You
so
want to
yeah,
start answer some questions? It's about
yeah, and we can
time.
read some of the stories. But
Sure.
before that, I want to share
Yes,
one
go
more
ahead.
picture,
Go ahead. Go
Carlos,
ahead.
and because I want people to see that even like when we're like doubting, because we keep like always in the doubt.
Questioning.
But
Yeah.
and I think I showed this picture last couple of weeks ago when we did the live stream about like the communication with our loved ones in a
Mm-hmm.
spirit. But this lady Sonia Rinaldi from Brazil that has taken some incredible pictures of the spirit
Mm-hmm.
of our loved ones, and there was this one, and this is
Oh wow, look at that.
the
Oh, that's the
yeah,
lady that yeah.
yeah, that could was taking, like, being able to capture the
Mm-hmm.
spiritual, the image of the children and the people, and look at this, the doggy, his
This is
image is being,
like a crystal vase with a
yeah,
light,
like
right?
an egg shell.
Yeah.
And she also captured the images in like fog, like put like a
Yeah.
like some or vapor. It's in
Yeah.
the vapor. So this is just incredible.
So she called the dog and the dog show up or something like that. Wow.
Yeah. So no, the incredible thing is that sometimes she doesn't even call them. They appear, she takes the pictures,
Uh-huh.
and then people come to her because she has like this bank of pictures,
Uh-huh.
and people come to her and say, this is my child, this is my dog, this is,
Oh
and
wow.
people, this is just amazing. Anna is asking, like, my dogs are my family too, do they reincarnate? And
Mhm.
I,
What do you
I
think?
think I think yes. I think, like with our loved ones and like with us, we are, we have spiritual families. We have
Yes.
connections, and we are here to teach each other, and to protect each other. And I was hearing somebody talking, that before the idea was that our animals were, or the animals in general were more devolved, that they
Mm-hmm.
but and in this conversation I was listening from this person that has been studying animal communication for a long time. She was
Mm-hmm.
saying that actually animals are just pure,
Yeah, definitely.
is pure consciousness, pure spirit, and then that they are
Love,
more
just pure
evolved
love.
than we think they are. Exactly. So it's
The
like, and
angels.
they angels and protectors, and they will come
Yeah.
with us many times to help us in our process,
Oh yeah.
to grow and evolve, and to experience presence. So we have here Connie, what she was saying. I had to put my cat to sleep in 2015. I would love to know if she forgives me. I wasn't sure if it was the right thing to do. I feel she has reincarnated many times in other cat bodies. And Connie, I think that, like, we're talking, maybe sometimes are the decisions that we make, but if at the end you felt it in your heart, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when we see our animals suffering so
Yeah, you don't want to
much.
see it suffering that much. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that decision, you made it from love. That's
Yeah.
the thing. If you made that decision from love, then you honor that decision, and you
Yeah.
honor the fact that you felt in your heart, I don't want my pet to suffer. And guess what? That pet is going to, like with my sister, the same thing
Mm-hmm.
had to happen with her cat. They had to put her to sleep because the cat got
Down.
very sick.
Uh-huh.
And that was the message of forgiveness. The cat, I forgive you. I absolutely adore you. You did what you had to do,
Definitely.
and you did it from the heart. So I think same thing with that situation. I have a little story in which I when my son was born, I had to put my dog outside for a little while because
Mm-hmm.
he was kind of aggressive, and
Okay, dog.
I didn't know if he could just be aggressive with the baby. He was very jealous too because I was his mommy.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, when David grew up a little bit, I let the dog back in the house because now I
Okay.
felt that Dave was safer enough. And one day, after I bathed the dog, I went and I hugged him, and I'm like, "You look so cute." But I always felt the guilt that I
Mm-hmm.
left him outside for a couple of years. I mean, I would
Yeah.
go feed him and everything, but he was not in the house, and I felt so guilty. And that
So
moment that I always
how he
had that
react when
question.
you brought him back home?
Oh, he loved it. He just loved to be
He did.
inside. Dave and him were just having a really good relationship. But my guilt in my heart, I always kept asking the universe, the beings of light, did I do good? I don't know. I feel guilty. And this day that I bathed the dog, Carlos, I'm like, you
Mm-hmm.
look so cute. And I went and I hugged him, and he
Mm-hmm.
beat me in the head.
This is for the 2 years you left me outside. Ow!
That answered my question,
Wow.
in the
Wow.
sense of, like I said, what if he would have done this to David when he was a little baby? Because Miko was a
Wow.
very aggressive dog, and I said,
Okay.
I did the right thing. I
Mm-hmm.
did the right thing. I had to
Imagine if you have the
protect
baby inside of the house
it.
and do that to the baby. So
And I
yeah,
said, I had to protect David. What if David, when he was little, he would have shaken him too hard or grab him too
yeah,
hard, and he would. So I said
react.
that to people. If you felt in your heart that that was the right thing to do,
Right
probably
decision.
it
Yeah.
was. Exactly. So just
Wow.
forgive yourself. Forgive
Yeah,
yourself for
definitely.
whatever you think you did wrong, and always saying, I did it for the best. Listen to the wisdom of your heart and go with that.
100%.
We have Bill say, you are so full of love. Thank you for your inspirational presence and you shared today. Oh, thank you,
Thank
Bill.
you,
Thank you
Bill.
for being here. And let's go see some of the questions. I don't want to
Sure.
leave people. Yeah, what do you
My
see,
cat's
Carlos?
name is Jaku, the world dreamer. Oh, look. Um, I believe Connie said, I believe my cat has come back to me several times. Wow.
That's I love, and I love to hear the stories because it just validates to all of us that yes and yes and yes, this is real. We're not creating these stories. This is, and that's the connection with the heart. This is, again, is the validation, Carlos, that
Yeah.
we are more than this body. We are
Hmm.
all interconnected. We are
Definitely. Yeah.
light. We are
Yeah.
spirit. We are soul. So we have AJ saying, hi, great show. This reminds me of Robert Bear's experience when he had an NDE and saw his deceased dog. Yes, thank you, AJ, for sharing
You
that,
remember
because
that
in
one?
a lot, no, but I know a lot of near death experiences,
Uh huh.
Carlos. People have encounters with their pets too.
Mm.
So this is also validation that our pets are there. Oh, now that,
You
thanks, AJ.
remember.
I
You
remember
remember.
another story
What is it?
because one day with
Uh
my
huh.
mom, Carlos, we
Uh huh.
were my mom was still alive and we were
Okay.
working in the gardens, and
Okay.
we were just with mom. Every time she came, we did so much work outside in the yard,
In your
and
house
we
there.
yes,
Visiting you.
yes, and we were working outside, and
Uh huh.
suddenly my mom and I felt the presence. My mom could communicate with the
Yeah.
spirit world too. We felt the presence of the entire family, including Miko, and all of them were in the spirit world. Even my dog, everybody was there. The whole family was present, and we're
Wow. In
like,
the garden.
and, and the moment that my mom and I felt the presence of everyone,
Uh huh.
including
Miko.
our deceased pets, we said someone is going to pass tonight. or
Yeah,
today?
because they were there to receive them, right? To
To
take them home.
receive,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And that very night, without us even knowing that this was happening, or that
Uh huh.
my grandfather was about to pass or nothing, he had a heart attack,
Out of the blue.
and he died. So that was just incredible. We have Connie say it's very real. I know it was her every time. I recognize her. Same behaviors and eyes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
David said there is a story of the Buddha where in a past life he allows a mother tiger to eat him to feed her 7 starving babies, and they are reborn as his disciples in his lifetime as Buddha, as the Buddha. Wow, I didn't know the story.
Wow. That's just incredible. A complete
Safina
moment.
Winfield said, "Have your guides said that one day they will treat our animals as citizens? I believe Chile have legalized domestic animals as citizens. Chile, I guess.
I don't know, but what I know is that we can see more and more and more now how animals are allowed in the supermarket, in the
Yeah,
stores, in like the hotels, and there's many places because look,
their
and
family,
with their family, and
their
there's
companion. You know,
so
like
many
there's people they
people
don't have
that
nobody. Yeah,
yes, all they have is their pets. So
yeah,
I think people has to recognize that. Yeah, and I love that that's like that. My dog transitioned 12 days ago, age
Chile. Yes,
16 years. I believe she and I had a soul contract completely Dylan. Yes, 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 we do. We do. And I'm sure that if they wait for us in a spirit, or they come back like in that movie, the dog purpose, they
oh
come
my
and
God, everybody
keep
have to go and
visiting
watch
us.
the movie. Dog Purpose, amazing.
It's just an incredible movie. Yes. Bolivia declared animals to have same rights as ours, if I recall. Wow,
Oh wow,
that's just incredible. And also that ends when people are mistreating animals,
yeah,
and thinking that nature is lesser, when we're n- not remembering that we are one with nature. Yes. But
yes,
the story that you just read about the Buddha is just a story of complete and incredible sacrifice,
yeah.
for love for others. That's seeing animals as one with us.
Look, David said again in Turkey, in Istanbul, they honor Mohammed, who love cats, so the whole city is like a big cat sanctuary. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow,
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's incredible. Yeah. I'm going to you
I
read there,
believe.
and I'm
Yeah,
going to see
yeah.
what we have in Instagram, Carlos. You could look
Okay,
in there.
okay. I just want to let you know too that I believe, when a cat or a dog have cancer, they sacrifice themselves for us. You know, it's like my master is gonna have the cancer or gonna have stroke. I got it before him. You know, because it's so weird that a pet have cancer or they have these sicknesses that they are so familiar, like similar to humans. You know, and I don't know. I just always think about like they said, grab me, don't grab my family, and I sacrifice myself instead of them. What do you think?
I have heard that too. That the animals are able to
Change
work
the
with our
contract?
energy, like, and even take
Mhm.
energy from us that is negative, or
Yeah,
energy. I don't call it negative, but repressed energy that
yeah,
we have not worked out. And yeah, it becomes negative because now it creates illness in the body. But our animals, and especially cats, I
yeah.
have heard a lot that are have the possibility to take that energy from us. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I have a video. I just could not put it because
Don't
for
load
some
it.
reason the system is not letting me. But
Uh huh.
after my mom passed, my sister that has this big connection with cats, because as I kept having dogs, now she kept having cats. My mom passed, and my sister
Hmm.
was in such a state of grief and
Oh wow.
depression, Carlos. And then every time she was thinking about my mom, I wish I
Hmm.
could show the video. Maybe we just put it in in Facebook and Instagram later
Sure.
in the. But the video, the cat will
Mhm.
be the moment is crying, thinking about my mom. The cat, it will be looking, and she's like, "What is the cat looking?" The cat is the, she made the videos and she will send
Playing with
me,
somebody
yes,
that
and
was
looking at
invisible. Yeah.
somebody and playing with somebody. And then what the cat at the same time was doing was taking that pain from my sister
Away.
too,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
giving her also the kind of showing her, look, mom is here, your mom is
Yes. You
here.
don't have to worry
So
about it. Don't be
don't
sad.
have to, yes,
Be
yes, yes,
happy.
yes. Cats are incredible. After my mom also passed, I never had cats in my life. And now there's, I don't have them in the house because I have the two dogs, but outside my house, and we feed them every day, and their family, we have now three cats. So as I said, oh mom, she brought me all these protectors.
Yeah, Mrs. Winfield said, I'm sorry, I have to go now, but I'm going to listen the whole show later. Thank you for loving animals. Definitely. Yeah, we love animals. Thank you for watching. We're getting to the end of the program right now. It's 8 p.m.
Oh
here.
yes, we
Yes.
are, Carlos. This was so fast.
Yeah, I know
I
because
was
the time
still
flies
looking.
so fast.
Oh my gosh, I was still looking, see like what else, because there's, oh gosh, so many good comments. Can
Yeah.
you give a big picture view of why all this happened? Why do we evolve in our in into or for ultimately? Oh, there's still so, oh, there's still so many beautiful comments and questions. But also what we can do is, in the
We can
future
answer
we
it.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, we can keep like talking about it. And there's always, in one of the future live
Yeah.
shows, Carlos, we can talk maybe also about the pets, but more than the spirit. Communication with pets is like how they come here to serve as our protectors,
The
or how,
purpose. Yeah.
yes, the
They come
purpose,
to
like
serve us,
here,
and we're
yes,
here
and
to serve
how
them.
we also serve them. So we can have another beautiful live stream about this and
Yeah.
continue
We're
answering and reading, because the time just passed so fast. But
Yeah, we're never alone. They're here for us. If you feel depressed, if you feel grief, just go and get a cat. There is a lot of cats and it's a lot of dogs on shelters, and they're looking for somebody to give love, and you will receive a lot of love too. So please go and visit
yes,
your local shelter and rescue one of these beautiful animals that are waiting for you.
oh yes, yes, yes. And it says, when you feel me in your heart, just look up. They're
Ah,
just there with
yeah,
us in the stars, everywhere, everywhere. So we leave you with, oh gosh, knowing that we're never alone. Love is the answer.
definitely.
And we love you all for being here. Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Carlos.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
Ingrid.
another.
Thank you, Elena. Elena said this was truly wonderful. Love and hugs to all here. Thank you, Elena. And thank you, everybody.
Oh,
David, Connie. I mean, everybody that's been watching us on Facebook,
thank you
Instagram, YouTube.
all for being here. Yeah, we have so many people joining us. And I want to also say thank you to my sister Fabi, that is
Oh,
behind the
yes.
scenes, always working all our stuff back there.
Yes.
With all the
Thank you,
stories of the
AJ.
cats.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So we will see you next Wednesday. And oh, and before we go, keep an eye, because we are planning to share, to change the time.
A little
Change
bit
the
early
time.
so people in Europe can join us early because right now it's passing midnight in Europe. So we're trying to bring it a little bit low. So maybe they can watch around 11 p.m. in Europe. So that's why we're going to try to do it. Easter time for here. What time will be in?
It will be like 4 Central, and it will
Yeah,
be
for Central.
5 Easter.
Yes,
And that will
Easter
make it that in Europe is about 11 at
11
night. So
p.m.
at least is better for Europe. So um I think that's, we're trying to accommodate everybody,
Yes.
and just hear all the requests. So I hope that's a good hour for people here in the US. And I still have my dog here.
Yeah.
Now he's just quiet. And love you all.
Love
Bye.
and a big hug to everybody. Have a good weekend,
Yes.
good Easter. Have a great day with your family,
Yes.
and love for everyone. Thank you for
Love for
joining us.
yes, yes, and our pets are always here with us.
Yes,
Ciao.
much love. Thank you. Ciao.